The Smurfs 2 Prisoner of the Greenstone, the sequel to Mission Fireleaf, arrives on the Nintendo Switch, and today MyCrates sponsored this video asking me to tell you all about it. My name's Alex, this is SwitchCorner, and if you enjoy the video, subscribe, it helps out the channel a huge amount. If you've played Mission Fireleaf, you will definitely remember the trusty Smurfizer, the main weapon against the Fireleaf. Well, here it's making a comeback in this game, but now with a twist. Now you may ask why the change. Well, we're throwing a party and Chef is swamped with orders, so we need to do something that can now not only gather ingredients but also bake for us, and it's going to be renamed as the SmurfoMix. With Handy's knack for gadgets, this task basically seems like a breeze. However, there is a catch: we lack a strong enough power source to run it. So after some digging in Papa Smurf's lab, we discover that the greenstone is just what we need. It has the unique ability to assemble and transform matter. So Handy and Storm, they now set off to Gargamel's lair to secure this powerful stone. He's been using it for his Philosopher's Stone project. But as these things of course go, we accidentally break the green stone. This mistake releases an entity known as Stolas, who flees through magical portals and wreaks havoc everywhere he goes. Things get so dire, in fact, that we team up with Gargamel to tackle the chaos. Really enjoying the story so far. If you're familiar with the Smurfs, you'll appreciate the charm of the characters. Just a couple of hours in and I've already encountered dim-witty Papa Smurf, Smurfette and Grouchy Smurf as well. For fans, there's just a lot to love here. The constant banter between characters, frequent cutscenes driving that story forward, and also it is a completely original narrative. Following in the footsteps of Mission Fireleaf, this is a 3D platformer, and once again, full disclosure, this is a sponsored video, but honestly, really been enjoying my time with it. I had a soft spot for the original Smurfs Mission Fireleaf on the Switch, even though it had some frame rate issues, which I mentioned in my review back at launch, but this time around with the sequel, yeah, my hands-on time with it, things have been so much smoother. It's been a frame rate consistently floating around 30 to 35 FPS, which is just fantastic to see. This makes a huge difference overall because the gameplay feels fluid and responsive, and that's exactly what you want to see in an experience like this. Another returning feature then worth mentioning is the inclusion of difficulty options. Smurfs appeals to a broad audience, from kids to adults, thanks to, its long-standing popularity. Once again then, we have 3 difficulty levels here. That's easy, normal and hard. Now I played on normal and was pleasantly surprised by the complexity of some platforming sequences. The game's control schemes handle these intricacies well. Our main moves include jumping, double jumping, dashing, ground pound and firing. And the gameplay mostly revolves around platforming sequences with enemies scattered around, interspersed with arena style challenges where you do clear enemies to progress. A big highlight for me this far as well was the first true boss encounter. It's a shadow form of Stolas. This boss isn't just massive and intimidating, it also introduces some basic bullet hell patterns, which was definitely a welcome surprise. It's really nice to see they haven't shied away from something a little bit more complex. Now as we do progress then, we will get an opportunity to play as different Smurfs, but the opening couple of hours was mostly led by Storm. Dim-witty has just taken over and controls, they mostly stay the same. One area where they are different however is they each have a signature move. Storm, for example, has a powerful bow which can be devastating to enemies that we do face. The real highlight though has to be the SmurfoMix weapon. This weapon retains many of the abilities we found in Mission Fireleaf, but what I love is there's different ammo types that you do find lying around, such as honey, which can stick objects together or slow them down, and even things like a weapon that makes exploding chain reactions. These are not only for battles as well, many of them are used to navigate the world, and it gets really creative in that sense. What I like even further about this different ammo type situation though is each has its own individual skill tree to upgrade. You can even unlock special powers, and with progression the max level rises. It means you really can add your stamp to the way you play, and this it's all done in game with 2 currencies. We can even upgrade our signature abilities, which means the almost collectathon nature we see in the genre here has a purpose, and that is in levels you will see shards on an almost black tar. Destroy these for reward and progress towards saving the day at the same time. Finally, I want to talk to the levels. That's perhaps been my favourite part of this new entry. The first game featured a lot of sequences in the Smurfs' home village. This one instead plays with the concept of jumping through portals, meaning lots of creativity on show, and it's really paying off this far. I've seen mystical forests, ice-covered mountains, a human's home, and a particularly fun river sequence where you are jumping from lily pad to lily pad while battling it out with different enemies. They also use the portals to great effect, as some transport you to new areas, others reveal things like flowers that create bridgeways, some are simply challenge levels, and these are timed events with bonus rewards should you overcome one of the 4 tiers. Rounding it out then, expect cosmetics that can be unlocked. You may notice a skull suit on Storm that I did acquire early in the experience. You can change the difficulty at any time, great if you're passing the controller amongst different skill levels. It has support for 2 players, though I wasn't able to try this. And there's also a good number of options, notably you can change the aim assist strength, you can invert the X and Y axes, and it even has gyro options that can be off, on at all times, or only when aiming with the left trigger, my preferred way to play. You can even adjust the sensitivity of this gyro. You know, for gameplay, it's great to see this team evolving on the concept they began in Mission 5, and it's coming out of the gate much stronger. You know, so far, it's the game these characters deserve, and I'm excited now to continue on this adventure. Just quickly then, I do want to touch on the visuals and the audio. The characters always look great, and once again, there's a nice selection of animations in here, especially the run animations. They've really captured the personality of each cast member, you know, just effectively. Because of the levels as well and the constant variety, it's probably going to be the highlight for me. They've been able to present some really unique and interesting environments. I'm particularly fond of the portals. There's just excitement in jumping in and instantly being transported somewhere, you know, not knowing what's ahead. The audio then, the game is fully voice acted, which elevates the banter between the characters, and the music top quality, really playful, really in keeping with the characters. So if you do want to check out the Smurfs 2 The Prisoner of Greenstone, many of you will be happy to hear it's not only available digitally for $39.99 USD, but also they are dropping a physical edition on the very same day, also priced at $39.99 USD or your regional equivalent. Now, I'm a big fan of games that don't increase the pricing for the physical counterpart, so that is definitely great to see. If you are going to take a look as well, use my link in the pinned comment. Now, I don't get any sort of kickback from that link for you using it, but it shows the support for the channel and the video today, so it definitely still means a lot. Now, if you're thinking maybe I'll get it on another platform instead, you are in luck as well. It's available on pretty much everything: PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. So overall, now I'm a couple of hours in, I'm impressed with the jump this team has made. They took many of the great ideas we found in Mission 5 and they've put them into a game that is more varied, more stable, and it packs, this far at least, a unique story where we're teaming up with our nemesis, Gargamel. I think Smurfs fans should definitely be taking note. Now, where do I stand then on the game? I'll be for sure continuing this journey. I want to see the outcome. I'm also just a massive fan of 3D platformers in general, so that really was an easy decision. So let me know in the comments, is this one you'll be checking out? And did you play Mission 5, a game I know many loved? So with that, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, news and lists daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.